Hello, my name is Elisha Martin. I am a music performance major. I'm a senior. I've been playing double bass for 14 years now. The moment that made me fall in love with music initially is hard to understand in terms of I don't exactly remember when it began. The furthest memory that I have is watching movies. Although I was talking to my mother and she was telling me that my dad used to play Mozart for us when we were children. And I actually found the CD, back when there were CDs, and an actual CD player, you know. Um, I actually found the Mozart for babies and, Mozart for children. And apparently he used to play that around the house when we were little. So that makes a lot of sense, considering that I'm also a classical musician. I'm a classical musician. I play string bass, and this year we performed a lot of Mozart in our concert. So it's all kind of funny, how that turned out. But I would definitely say movies were one of the first big influences for me when it came to listening to large orchestration. How I came to playing the bass, I didn't choose the bass. The bass was thrust upon me. Lord keep his soul, my first orchestra director, I found out he passed away a couple of months ago. And that was a lot. That was a lot. But the very first orchestra I had ever joined was in elementary school. And it was a day like any other day. The announcement comes over on the school PA system saying the orchestra is having openings. It was the beginning of the school year. The orchestra is having openings for all students who want to join. No prior music knowledge is required. So, all my friends are like, oh, I'll go if you go. And so, we all went, not really expecting much of anything, except for just to join and have something to do after school, maybe mess around, play around. And to my surprise, there was a line of students, all various ages. I went to a kindergarten through 8th grade school. So there was a line of students of varying ages waiting to join the orchestra. I was the last person in the line, and the last in line of almost 80 kids. And so by the time we finally made it to me, I didn't realize, I didn't have no orchestral music knowledge. By the time I arrived to the door, all the instruments were taken, but the orchestra director didn't let me know that. He just stood there and he said, so what instrument do you want to play? He was smiling. And I said, well, I don't know. Maybe the violin. He said no. He was like, no, there's no more vacancies. I said, so the viola. I went down the list of all the instruments that I knew at the time, and there was no vacancies in any of the seats in the orchestra. You see, and then he steps back, and then he directs me to look down the hall in the School of Music. And then he says, you see that instrument all the way over there? It's an instrument all the way in the back, covered in dust and cobwebs. To this day, I affirm that there were cobwebs and dust on it. That's how long it was since the last person used it. And he points over there to the instrument all the way in the corner, the one that everybody neglected and didn't even attempt to try to play. He says, I want you to play that. I want you to play that over there. And it was this bright yellow bass. So not only was it this big, obtuse instrument, not only did no one else wanted to play, it was yellow. So I tried to say, no, thank you, maybe maybe next time, but it was already too late. I was already in the classroom and he already closed the door. So I was stuck in there, and it was finalized. Many a times I tried to quit. I tried to quit so many times. I tried my hardest to get out of playing that instrument, that bass. I mean, it was rough. And that's how I came to start what is now my life, playing the double bass. Now I wouldn't trade it for anything.